I really want to start my Halloween costume. So this is going to be a Halloween costume vlog. I am going to be Starfire from Teen Titans. I'm gonna be this version right here because it's easier to make than this version. So that's what I'm going to do. I bought the materials last month, but I never actually got around to making it because I've been busy with school and with work, and my class that I'm taking this term is like a really heavy caseload. Like I should be doing some reading right now for next week, but I don't want to. And if I don't do this Halloween costume now, it's not gonna get done by the time I have my Halloween party with my friends, or my friend has her Halloween party, because we're having it on the 19th, which personally, Halloween starts October 1st for me. If I'm really being honest, in my heart of hearts, Halloween starts like August 15th. So from August to November, honestly, from August to Thanksgiving, it's Halloween, in my opinion. So yeah, I have less than 30 days to finish this. So yeah, my mom was gonna use the sewing machine to make some sewing projects, so I put it out in our like nook area. We don't have any chairs here yet, but I'm just gonna leave my sewing machine out here because if I see it, I'll be more inclined to actually do it. So yeah, I'm gonna eat. Honestly, I'm probably gonna eat, shower, then start this because I stink. But yeah, I'll see you guys whenever I actually start sewing. Actually, cutting, probably. And all my batteries are dead, so they're charging. But I just took my measurements. So my bust is 35.5, my waist is 31 inches. My hips at the widest part are 42 inches, and at the slimmest part is 36 inches. And my neck is 13.5 inches. So my plan is to make the top in two parts. I'm gonna make the necklace portion, which I always thought it was just attached to the purple top that she was wearing, but I looked it up and apparently it's a necklace, or like chest armor or whatever. So I'm gonna make that. And then I'm going to make the purple top underneath, and I'm going to use either a racerback tank top that I have or a cowl neck top that's I fitted to myself, because since it's gonna be under the necklace, I at least want the neckline to stay within however long I make the necklace. So that's why I was thinking of like racerback or the cowl neck, because the racerback top, it comes pretty deep into my chest, but the cowl neck comes more so right here, which would sort of like be in line with the shoulders of the chest plate or necklace or whatever. So I'm gonna make the top in two pieces, and because the necklace goes like halfway up her neck, and the fabric I have isn't stretchy enough for me to stretch it all the way over my head, I think I'm either gonna do Velcro or snap buttons. I'm thinking Velcro though, because then it'll be more like flat, like seamless. And then for the skirt, I'm gonna make the belt and the skirt separately. And the style that I'm gonna go for is like a micro mini. The only thing is the material I got is pretty slinky. So it's not gonna have that like really pretty like angular A-line structure that hers has. So that's why I was thinking of like a micro mini. So it's like kind of fitted a little bit and it'll like, you know, stay in place. And then the belt, same silver that I'm using for the chest piece. I'm gonna use that to make the belt. And then for her boots, her iconic boots, I got the bright idea to order opaque purple tights. And I seriously got lucky when I went to Joann's because these are almost exactly the same color. So, and when they stretch out, they're still like this opaque, so it'll be good. But I thought about getting opaque tights, cutting them from the shorts portion. So like I'll put them on, mark where I want to cut them straight across, and then cut the feet out, and not out all the way, like literally just put them on, put a line under my foot, cut it there, and then get some like, I don't know, cheap flats from Goodwill or something, and then just E6000 them to the like upper of the shoe. The only thing is, I'm not worried about fraying on the shoe portion. I'm worried about fraying on this upper portion when I cut it. So I think in my brain, the way that I'm thinking this is gonna happen is I'm gonna put the tights on, mark where I want the boot to start, put parchment paper between my skin and the tights, E6000, hot glue, probably E6000 because I could paint that on. Mod Podge? I'll probably do E6000 because it's like thicker, or maybe I can use silicone caulking because then that will really keep it in place. Yeah, I'm just gonna like put some sort of adhesive on the line, maybe a little bit below the line where I want them. After that's fully dry, I'll cut it above that line, or depending on how like thin and uniform I make it, I might just cut through the line because then it'll be like a nice seam. And then maybe I'll put snap buttons on the front and back, and then make cuffs, the silver part, you know, the silver part of her boot on the thigh cuff, make that out of the silver fabric, and then use Velcro or snaps to put that around the top part of the boot to keep it up. It's a lot of moving parts. The boots are the most difficult part, I think, so I'm gonna save that for last. And then the little accessories, same silver fabric out of the necklace. So I need a bicep cuff, the belt, and then the forearm armor. I literally don't know what they are. I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna do that. That's just like little detail work, so that's gonna be the last thing I do. Like really what I wanna do is get the big pieces out because you'll still know who I am even if I don't have all her accessories. Like you'll know. I'm gonna re-dye my hair red because it's fading a lot. I didn't know this, but apparently Head and Shoulders and red hair dye don't go together. So I'm gonna need to figure out a new shampoo and conditioner situation because I think I'm gonna be dyeing my hair red for a while. I'm in my red phase because I can do it myself and it's not like really involved. Anyway, that's what's going on. The hardest part of every sewing project is starting. What I do to get hyped up about starting a sewing project is watch other people's sewing videos. So I just watched a girl make like 6 items out of her fabric stash because she bought like a bin of fabric for $1. So I'm like, all right, we can do this. So hopefully my camera will hurry up and charge because I'd rather record this on my camera than on my phone. Anyway, bye. See you when I'm cutting. Hi guys, it's been a few days. I didn't do any work, and today I just made the top, the bottom, and I'm starting on the necklace. So this is where we're at. Remember, you're not gonna really see this part, so I don't really care how it looks. I might end up taking this in just so it's like kind of like a bra top. I'm gonna be wearing a different bra. I lost my purple thread. I'm pretty positive I purchased purple thread. Pretty positive. but I cannot find it. So I'm gonna go to Joann's and or Michael's when when Isaiah gets here, and we're gonna go like get some last minute things. I'm finally going to invest in some shears because literally this is what I'm using to cut my fabric. And I mean, she's doing the job. These are like my favorite pair of scissors. I've literally had them since I was probably like 12. They cut really well. They've never been sharpened and they're doing the job, but like she could be better. So I'm actually gonna invest in some shears. I feel like it fits really well besides the looseness at the top, which I can always adjust later. But for a base, it's good. Obviously it needs to be hemmed, but again, I can't do any hemming until I have my purple thread. This is the skirt. I'm already seeing some bunching over here that I don't like, so I'll have to fix that. I wonder, sometimes, yeah, I'll need to fix this, but this is like a good base. And obviously again, needs to be hemmed here, needs to be hemmed here. And I also measured and cut the strip for the part that's going to be going actually around my neck. Like, it's coming together. Do we see it? I'm so excited. I don't know, I might end up putting darts in this because listen, tops, things that I need to make armholes for, they're difficult for me because the back armpit seam needs to be lower than the front one or vice versa. I'm not entirely sure. I literally just make a template using a top I already have. Honestly, I literally just cut the back template out. I used this template for the back. I ended up finding my muslin. I think that's what this is called. Muslin? I think this is muslin. And I was looking for it, I couldn't find it the other day, so I used a sheet and the sheet did not work. It's way too flimsy. Like, this has a little bit of stiffness to it, which makes it easier to work with, so I'm glad I found it. I used this as the reference because, like, obviously my top isn't, the front of my top isn't droopy like this, but I wanted the back to be this high and I wanted it to have the shoulders right about here. So I just made a template using the back, and what I did was I folded it in half, and then on the fold of the purple fabric, I put the fold on this end, and then I traced this part, and then I cut that out, and that's how I got this, which again, I cut out 2 of these to make the top, which is why it literally looks the exact same. The only thing different is on the front side, I cut a little bit of a circle so it wouldn't be like up here straight across choking me. But yeah, so now I'm going to start working on the little half circle part that comes like sort of down here. Let's measure it. I think I want it to come to like right here. So what is that? 4, yeah. So that's what I measured originally, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut 5 inches because I'm using my good fabric. I'm using my final fabric because I'm way too lazy to keep using the muslin. Maybe I should just use the muslin. Nah, I trust myself. What I'm gonna do is basically cut a 18 by 18 square from my shiny silver fabric. Then I'm gonna fold that square in half and then in half again, so in fourths. And then I am going to cut a circle because, and the reason I got 18.5 was because I measured my shoulders, which it's not gonna come all the way down my shoulder, but I wanna give myself the extra room, which is why I did the 18.5. So I folded it over a little bit on the shoulder, folded it over a little bit on the shoulder. Perhaps I should do 19. Let's do 19.5, just to be safe. Actually, no, we'll do 18.5 because it's gonna be high up anyway. So 18.5, that's how I got that. Cut a square, 18.5 by 18.5, fold into fourths, cut around the edge. That will make a 18.5 by 18.5 circle, or a little bit smaller than 18.5. It'll probably end up being 17.5, a circle 17.5 inches. And then I'm I'm gonna cut a hole for my head. And I'm not sure how. I guess what? I guess I could. My neck is. We'll figure it out. I will say though, this. Should I keep it whole? If I can fit it over my head, I'll keep it as one piece. If not, I'm going to use Velcro to secure it. So I can just, you know what I'm saying? After I do that, I think I want to start on the belt. Like, let's get the top fully done, let's get the bottom fully done, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, we can get to the boots. And actually, I think I'll do the boots last because I don't need the boots to be recognized as Starfire, but I would like the boots to be recognized as Starfire, if you know what I'm saying. So after I do the top and the bottom, I'm gonna do the arm accessories, so the bicep cuff and her forearm armor, and then the boots. And then, because I actually have literally so much fabric, I only needed 1 yard, but I have so much fabric. I think I am going to try to I'm gonna make the Super Sons costume because it's basically fabric scraps like I said before. So yeah, if I have time, because this is the main one, this is the important one. And then if I have time and energy and the guts and the gall, I'll make the Super Sons version. Yeah, I'm gonna have a ton of the silver fabric. I have a good amount of the purple fabric still. So yeah, those are the vibes. Hello friends, it is Wednesday, October 9th. We are in the throes of Hurricane Milton entering landfall, making landfall on Florida. I live in Central Florida, so I mean I'm affected by it, but I'm not as affected by it as the Gulf and coastal regions. So since I have power, I'm gonna work on my Halloween costume. I actually spent the whole morning studying and submitting my final exam. I got a 90%, 18 out of 20, shout out to me. I also finished and submitted my extra credit for that class, and I also started a discussion post that's due on Sunday. I didn't post it yet because what I talked about was the hurricane, so I want to wait until after the hurricane so I can finish adding my thoughts about it. It's about the hurricane and how the social implications of natural disasters as evidenced by this hurricane. That's what my discussion post is about. You guys don't care. Anyway, I'm gonna work on my Halloween costume. It has been probably 2 weeks since the last time I worked on it because school just got really hectic. I've been busy, you know what I'm saying? So, I didn't even bring the fabric over here. What I wanna work on today is, I want some easy wins, okay? Last time, as you saw a couple minutes ago, I failed on making the neck piece. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm going to seam rip the entire half circle part. I'm gonna seam rip it off of the collar. I'm gonna cut it. I think I'm gonna cut it down the back and then just make a Velcro backing because I don't care. I'm not looking at the back, okay? The back is not my, it's not my problem. The back don't matter to me because I ain't seeing it, okay? And then I'm going to like shorten it so the circle is more closer to my neck. But I'm not gonna do that first because I failed at it and I kind of just want to like get an easy win. So what I'm going to do first is the forearm armor. I don't know what it is, okay? I'm using a fabric, so it's just going to look like a forearm sleeve, but on her it looks like forearm armor. Then I'm going to make the thigh cuffs for the boots because it's all out of the same silver fabric and I really don't feel like changing my thread. Then I'm going to attempt to do the silver collar. Then the hardest part, which I initially thought the hardest part was going to be making the top and the skirt. Turned out that was the easiest part. The hardest part is going to be cutting the tights. Prepping and cutting the tights to where they don't run so I can make these fake boots. And then I have to decide how exactly I'm going to make it a shoe. Like, am I going to cut the bottom and then just be able to like wrap the purple over any boot I have, any shoe I'm wearing, and then it just will like, any shoe can be the sole of the tights? Or am I actually gonna get a shoe and like sew the tights onto the outside? I don't know, I haven't decided all that yet, but that's sort of the order of operations that I want to be working in today until the Halloween party. So I have 10 days. I'm going to say I have 9 days because I'm not going to count the day of the actual party because I work that day and I won't have time to do anything beforehand. So yeah, it is right now 4:33. I've been working on homework since 9:30. So yeah, that's what's going to happen right now. Go team. Okay, so I have these gloves I bought from Party City like 2 years ago when I went to a 1920s themed gala, and I like the fit. Obviously the hand doesn't matter, but what I really care about is this area, and I like the way it fits on my arm right here. I'll probably tighten it up But I'm gonna use this as a reference, is what I'm trying to say. And I'll tighten it up around my wrist area, since my wrist is apparently tiny. And that also gives me a better idea of where to like put the little point that comes down on her hand just a little bit. So I'm gonna turn it inside out, especially since the fabric I'm using is stretchy, so I have a little bit of wiggle room. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna trace it, I'm gonna cut it. I was looking for my scissors because I have one, like I said, I have one pair of good scissors and they were from my childhood. So I need to find them as soon as possible because I don't know where they are and they're the only scissors I have. I want the triangle to be in the center of my hand and I want the seam to be on the bottom. So I think I'll probably do something like that. Like this. Alright, well shit. Let's test with our final fabric, because I'm stupid. Maybe I should turn it on. Oh, this is definitely not gonna fit. What is wrong with me? Maybe? Yeah, that's definitely not gonna fit. What is wrong with me for real, guys? Actually, maybe? You're joking. Did I get this on the first try? So my initial, like my idea was to put kind of how people do with corsets when they put boning in their corsets with zip ties. I'm gonna hem this. I just wanted to see if this form would work. When people have corsets and they're putting boning in it, they use zip ties. So I was thinking of putting zip ties as boning in this, so then I wouldn't actually need to do what most people do, which is like connect the tip of this to their finger using like a string or something, because I just want it to just be. Like I just want it to be. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how it is right now. I definitely could tighten this up. Honestly, I think the triangle could be shorter, like a little bit wider or narrower, maybe narrower. I'm quite happy with this. I cannot believe I did that. I'm literally just gonna do the same exact thing for the other arm. So, see you later. friends. It has been many moons since I last saw you. My hair is re-dyed, as you can see. And my costume is basically done. Okay, I'm adding the details now. But before I show you the details, let me show you, hold on. Let me show you what I did with the leggings, okay? So, as I said, I was going to put silicone adhesive on the perimeter of the like around. I put the leggings on, or the tights on, put silicone adhesive where I wanted to cut. Let it dry. It literally took 3 days. Then I cut along the silicone, and in my mind, cutting along the silicone would prevent the tights from running. And guess the frick what? It worked. And an added bonus that I did not think about is, you know, tights, they want to shrink back. So like I was kind of worried that I would cut them and then I would put them on my thigh and I would put the cuff over it and then they would just fall down my leg. But because this is kind of sticky and this is kind of like plasticky, it's also a little bit sticky. When it's on my leg, this pretty much adheres to the inside of this and it stays up. I'm a genius, and everything I do is amazing and it turns out great. So proud of myself for that. What I plan on doing now, okay, is this is how I did the back. So it velcros like that and it becomes the collar. What I'm gonna do now is I bought some googly eyes of various sizes because I want to make the pendant on the collar and on her forearm armor. What are you doing out there?
Getting this stuff together to go over the prices.
Oh. So basically what I'm thinking is I take off the paper backing, take out the little Google in the eye, and then paint the inside that like emerald greeny color, like whatever that is, and adhere it to the various places. Obviously this is for the neck pendant and this is for the hand pendant since it's smaller. My thing is I like that it has this border on it. Oh my god, I just came up with a solution. Like I said, I'm a genius. I'll just paint the border silver because I know I'm not gonna be able to get the white off of it. I'm so smart. So those are the vibes, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm also learning 2 dances to possibly cover while in costume. I don't know if I'll be able to do the second dance because it's a lot harder than the first one, and the first one is kind of hard, okay? But yeah, those are the vibes. So here's a picture of me in my costume without shoes on and without the little details, and then at the very end, you'll see the finished product, okay? I'm sorry it didn't take you long for the ride for like 1/3 of this process, but I was getting a little stressed out. Okay, party's on Friday, today's Wednesday. I need to finish this, you know what I'm saying? So it's just gonna be a speed run. It's gonna be some voiceovers, it's gonna be some music. And I actually found a YouTube channel that does instrumental covers of Stray Kids songs. So yeah, those are gonna be my background music from now on. So enjoy.